What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here. Welcome you back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing a beginner's guide to Vanguard ZERO. So, what this video is basically going to do, it is going to be a couple battles of me playing and explaining what's going on. Before we jump into that, though, I want to show you guys in Vanguard ZERO where you're going to get the most information about this game. So, if you've tried playing this game, you know that the opening tutorial really doesn't do much in the way of people that have never played Vanguard before in explaining the mechanics. I don't think it does a very good job personally. However, if you go to the menu here and you go to training fight, this is where you're actually going to learn about the game. So if this video doesn't help you and you still want to learn more, please go here and do all of these tutorials. I have not done them yet. But if you do all of these, you're going to learn everything about the game. They'll talk about every single different trigger, how they activate, when they activate, how you use skills, sentinels, which are perfect guards. They'll give you all the rules about that. This is honestly a perfect place to go in order to learn everything of how to play the game. Realistically, the only reason I'm making this video is because so many of you guys asked for it. But I think if you do all of this training, all of your questions are going to be answered, including ones that I missed today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop on ranked. I'll show you guys the deck that I'm gonna be using real quick. It'll be on the right-hand side as well on the layout. But we're gonna hop onto ranked with our Thinking Sorry deck. I changed this up a little bit, just so you know. I'll go over my changes from last time compared to what we had. We still have 3 Coco. We got rid of our one of our grade 1s and we threw in Circle Magus because this just lets me look at the top card and put it back on there, which really isn't that powerful, but it's more so that it's a 7K booster. Which unfortunately doesn't help our Silent Tom, but we ended up bumping up our 8K vanillas up to 4 so we can really go in with Silent Tom. For the most part though, the 7K booster is just gonna be fine. The main reason I like it is because with our standing Vanguards, most of them can get to 14K. So this 7K booster will bring our 14K to 21K. I really didn't need to use the 6K booster that went to 10K that we were using in the last Vanguard video. And just as a quick synopsis for beginners, grade 1s are normally your boosters. You don't usually attack often with them. They're normally in the back of the field. When you see the playing field in Vanguard, there's 3 spots up front and 3 spots in the back. The back are your boosting rear guards. So your 1-drops can boost. They're the only grade level that can ever boost. So they're really the only grades you're gonna play on the back, like 99% of the time. Then you have your grade 2s. Grade 2s are interceptors. What an interceptor means is that if there is a grade 2 on the board in the front of your side of the field, your opponent has to kill interceptors unless they have a special way of getting around them, but they have to remove them from the field before they can attack your standing Vanguard. The reason why that's so important is in Vanguard, the first player, Vanguard ZERO I should say, the first player to take 6 damage loses. So the only way you deal damage is when one of your units attacks your opponent's standing or resting Vanguard, their middle card. It's important to know that when you look at the field, the card very, very much in the middle and very much up front is your Vanguard. Everything else is known as your rear guards. They're even though they're not behind, they're not the Vanguard. The Vanguard is front and center. Everything else is considered a rear guard. So when 2 grade 2s are in the front, their interceptor ability is active, which means your opponent cannot attack your Vanguard until they get rid of your intercepting rear guards. Grade 3 is the highest grade right now in Vanguard ZERO. They really don't have anything special besides wanting to be on the Vanguard, right? You don't really want them up front unless you're just trying to push for damage because they can't intercept. Like you really want your front line to be, your front rear guards to be interceptors more often than not. Well, your grade 3s will normally have the most powerful effect. For example, this card here, Apollon, is the star of Oracle Think Tank right now, theoretically. When he's on the Vanguard, when his attack hits, he counterblasts 2 to draw 2 cards and return a card from your hand to your deck. Normally, you'd want to return your heal triggers. And then when he's on the rear guard, when this unit attack hits, counterblast 2, draw a card. So he has a rear guard effect as well, which makes him very versatile. This is still our heal trigger. And what we ended up doing actually is we took out our crits and we tried putting in 5 stand. We have 5 stand, 4 draw. We're gonna see how that works for this deck. I think I might like it the reverse. I think I might like 4 and 5. 4 stand, 5 draw might be better, but we're gonna try this out for now. I also did change my grade 2s, by the way, ignoring the beginner stuff for a second. I ended up throwing in Promised Daughter for those moments where we do want to, once again, this can be a 14K column when desperate. And with our 7K booster, that gives us the 21. Now, why am I talking about these columns so much for the beginners? In Vanguard, the power on the bottom of the card is how you decide if you're going to deal damage. In order to deal damage, you must attack with power that is equal to or greater than your target. So if you're attacking a rear guard, your power needs to be equal to or greater than them. And if you do, they get killed and they go to the discard pile. If you're attacking a Vanguard, you need to be equal to or greater than in power for your column. Remember, your rear in the back, your back three can boost. That's why it's called a column. You have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Once we're on the board, you guys will see that better. But anyway, the numbers are important because the metas in Vanguard are defined by those numbers. Right now, the highest Vanguard is going to be 11K, which means your magic numbers are 11, 16, and 21. Because if you look at triggers here, triggers boost by 5K, which means that when you attack once, if they hit a trigger, in this game, they're technically going to get boosted by 10K, but we'll talk about that once we're in battle. But 5K is always that number, that those differences. So 11, 16, 21, 26, etc. are going to be your sweet spots for this meta right now. Not every clan gets to 11K right now, but it's going to be a good spot to aim for because the best clans are going to get to 11K, right? That's going to be what you want to beat. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into a ranked match here, and I'm going to take it very slow. I'm going to explain out the battle, and then after that, I think I'm just going to do one ranked battle, just normal, just straight up normal, and have you guys see if you can follow along if you're new. And if you're not new, hopefully you'll enjoy this anyway. The point of this guide, if you guys are in the Vanguard community, the point of this guide is to get more people playing the game. So I'm sure that's going to make you guys happy. I'm sure it's going to make everyone happy if I do a good enough job. But like I said, go back to those tutorials. Those tutorials do a much better job than the ones in the beginning of the game. The ones in the beginning of the game are just showing you how to ride. And we're going to talk about that here anyway. So we're versing Tofu on ranked. So this is what I was talking about. We have three, well, we can't see them now. Thank you, video game. So when the game starts, you get to mulligan. Mulligan means that you send cards from your hand back to your deck. What you're looking for is you want to make sure you're not grade locked. So you want to have a grade 1, a grade 2, and a grade 3, which we have. I'm actually just going to keep this hand. I like this hand. We actually also have a Sentinel, which is a perfect guard, which perfect guard you'll learn about in the tutorial. Perfect guard just basically says your attack is stopped and it only triggers in Vanguard ZERO at certain points in the game. Like I said, please check out the tutorial on Sentinels. The brief summary is that they will activate if your opponent is bringing you from 3 damage to 5 or 6, or if they're bringing you from 5 to 6. So basically, if you're going to lose or get close to losing. So each side of the field, let's look at our side of the field. We have our 5 rare rear guard positions. They even have R on them for rear guard, and then our 1 Vanguard. When your turn starts, you draw a card, and then you're in the ride phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my 1 drop, and I'm going to ride over my grade 0. Now, my grade 0 is actually a Forerunner, which means that after I ride on top of it, at the end of the, no, I'm sorry, Forerunner, when rode upon, move to the rear. So now I can move you anywhere. Normally, when you do this, it's very common to go like back right or back left. I'm actually just gonna go for the center here because I don't plan on playing a booster behind my Vanguard right now. We can see that this is a stand trigger. So we're gonna keep that on top, or well, we can't move it, but we know that we're gonna hit a stand trigger here, which is really unfortunate because it's just gonna be a wasted stand trigger and there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, because I'm never gonna play, if I had another 1 drop here, then I wouldn't put my Forerunner behind. I'd put my Forerunner like here. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm spending a lot of time. These games are timed, so if I take too much time to explain, it's gonna be a problem. We're gonna go to the battle phase. You guys will see that I dragged from my rear guard forward, which is going to make this column combine their powers. So that's why my column was at, what was it at, 10K? And then it went to 15K because I hit a trigger. The way you hit triggers is that when you attack or take damage, you flip the top card of your deck over and look at it. If it has a trigger, you activate it. If it doesn't, and you're taking damage, it goes to your damage, and it'll still go to your damage after you activate it when you're taking damage. But if you're drive checking when your Vanguard attacks, because that's when you drive check, you'll activate its effect. And that's a basic turn in Vanguard. My opponent rode to grade 2. He's activating his grade 0 effect, which is going to be Counterblast 1, retire this unit, add a grade 1 or less card from your deck to your hand. But that's how the game is played. That's literally, we're gonna keep going obviously, but that's how your basic turn goes. You ride, you call other rear guards, you attack, and that's it. That's it. So it's all about building good columns, building a deck with synergy and effects. We can see that he just charged the heal trigger. it's important to note that every deck in this game is going to have 13 triggers. So you can kind of try to keep track of your opponent's triggers and what have you. I'm going to go ahead. He's at 9K, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give myself an 11K. Yes, we'll give myself an 11K column. That's fine. And then I'm going to play my rear guard, who's a 10K, and I am going to call Coco behind that. That way we can attack with our Vanguard first. We see that we have a standing trigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place on top. Now what we can do actually is we can battle. We can swing with our rear guard first. I'm not boosting. The only reason I'm not boosting, this is more advanced, not beginner, I guess, but I'm not boosting because I know I have a stand trigger coming through. It's not going to matter in this regard, but it's good habit. So it's going to stand you. And realistically, I'm going to give the power to my Vanguard because we already know this attack is going through. But that would have been, if he had any rear guards for me to attack into, any interceptors, that would have been a really solid turn for us because we could have poked one, restood, poked another, which is why a lot of people said standing triggers are good in Oracle Think Tank. Because Oracle Think Tank is a clan right now that can't handle interceptors and rear guards as well as some other clans. For example, this card here. This card, Draconic Overlord, can counterblast 3 and then attack rear guards. He can basically clear the field and keep standing, which is pretty busted. But my opponent's hand is looking pretty sloppy. He has a lot of boosters, but not a lot of front cards to play in front. He's going to play another 3-drop. But that's okay. Not really worried about it. He's not going to be charging his soul, so he's not going to get the effect of Vortex Dragon here. I hope that very basic instruction of how to play the game, because there's really not that much going on in the game, right? There's not that much for me to explain for beginners. The best thing I could say is play that tutorial. Like, you have to play those tutorials to learn the game for sure. You're gonna learn every single question you have. If you have any other questions, you can ask them. He's drive trekking twice because he's a grade 3. They get twin drive, and he hit a heal trigger, so he got to heal a damage, which is pretty good for him, I guess. That's pretty good for him. We really want to see a Pollen on our draw here, but I don't think we're going to, which is unfortunate. The good news is though, with this card, when we play it, we return all of our rear guard, so we can kind of get Coco. We can shuffle or cycle the uses of Coco, which is really good. It's one reason why I really like Coco in this deck, and I still want to play 3 of these at the least. Let's go ahead and we are going to boost. Well, really a 7K booster is good here, but we don't have a 7K booster, so we're not going to boost it all behind there just yet. Instead, I'm going to play. What is this? Chocolate? No, Mocha. We have Battle Sister Mocha, who's at 11K, and I am going to play Coco now, right here. We'll play Coco. We see that we have a stand trigger, so we'll place it on top. This is a perfect example of when this will be good. We don't need to play anyone else right now, so we're going to take Coco and attack into the rear guard because we know we're going to hit a stand trigger. We can swing into my opponent's Vanguard, and we can stand Mocha and give 5K to Mocha. You don't want to give I don't want to give 5K to my Vanguard right now because I already know that my Vanguard is hitting. It's 14K to 11K. So I don't give the power there. Instead, I give the power here. And had my opponent even hit a trigger there, we still would have connected with that column because we would have been at 22. Now, the scary thing is, it's not too scary because we only have one rear guard out up front, one interceptor. But he can go ahead and activate his ability now, which would be Counterblast to 3 to get 5K. And then drive -2 and the following ability. So he's not going to drive check if he does this. So it's too early for him to do that. He wants to push, well, maybe not. He wants to push for damage right now with his units, maybe. He can get me to 5. Pretty, not guaranteed, but pretty guaranteed. If I don't hit any triggers, I'm probably going to 5 here. Because he's gonna go, he did activate. Now he can attack my Mocha and still attack my Vanguard. You guys will see. He's gonna restand. That's his ability. That's just his ability. The clans have all different unique abilities, different things they specialize in. Right now, there's only 4 clans in the game, and these clans are gonna get support, I believe, next month. So the game is gonna constantly have updates and get more fun and more fun. So you're gonna be able to get me, if I gotta hit a trigger here if I wanna save my soul. I do hit a trigger, we hit another stand. So we're gonna go to 25 power now. If you guys have noticed, whether you hit a trigger or not, every time you take damage in Vanguard ZERO, your Vanguard gains 5K. It's just like a built-in defend mechanic, which I don't mind. I think it's cool. Okay, we're gonna ride skip. And I am going to throw down, wait, does this only happen on the Vanguard where they return everything? Yeah, it is. I should have rode there and then abused Coco. That's my bad. Okay, it is what it is. So, for example, I throw this grade 2 here. That's going to give me a 15k column. That's no good. That's no good because we're versing an 11k Vanguard. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down my 10k here, my heal, which I'm not thrilled about, but we're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to throw down my interceptor. So we have one interceptor, and then I'm going to throw down my 8k booster behind that interceptor. So for now, we're going to use our grade 2 to attack into here. I think we only have 2 stand triggers left in our deck anyway, but he's at 4 damage. So we're going to try to push for game here. We're going to attack into your Vanguard. We get a heal trigger. Nice. Nice and heal, which because we have more damage or equal to my opponent, then we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and give the power here because we already know that my main attack is going to connect. And now if he hits a trigger, he'll go to 21, which he does. But because we made a perfect column over here, 21 still connects. So if he doesn't have a perfect guard, which it looks like he does, he has a perfect guard in hand. Okay, it's really bad for me. It's definitely unfortunate, but since we healed and we're at 3 damage now, we should be okay. We should be fine. I think we got this one in the bag. I think we got this one in the bag. He plays another grade 3. He's gonna get rid of my interceptor, and then he's gonna put pressure on my Vanguard to try to hit. He's gonna try to hit a crit here, right? He hits a crit, but because I have a Sentinel in hand, my Sentinel is going to activate, which is a perfect guard. And then we're not going to take any damage. Because Sentinels activate if you get crit while you're at 3. Or like I said, if you go from 3 to 5, it's going to activate. If you go from 3 to 6, it'll activate, obviously. Or when you go from 5 to 6. But play the tutorial, they'll explain it perfectly. And now he has no interceptors, right? And he's at 5 damage. So he's pretty much lost the game. But if we want to be cheeky, which I do, I'm going to ride... Which is like not smart, right? Because now we don't have, well, we have the cards in hand, so we're fine. So I'm gonna play Coco. And we're gonna be able to see what the top card of our deck is. We're gonna place that at the bottom because it's not a trigger. And then I am going to, does this happen only in the Vanguard? Only in the Vanguard, okay. So then I am going to play you here and go to 16. And I think I just play out, actually. We're just gonna play out. So we'll battle. And we're gonna swing with our, actually we'll swing with 18. No, we'll swing with 16 first. We'll swing with 16. If he heals, like I could have royally just messed this up, right? Like this was not the right play, but he's not healing. He's not healing. All right, so we got the W there. And I got to explain the way a game goes at a slower pace. Hopefully that was good for you guys. I do wanna just play more Vanguard. So I'm just gonna do one more match. And if you guys want to stick around and watch more, you can. If not, like I said, go play those tutorials. Go to your main page, go to mission. This is a rank up fight happening now. Oh man. Another 2 in battle. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Another 2 in battle. 1 more wins. This English is really solid stuff. Another 2 in battle, 1 more wins, C3 to rank up. There's like, I can't read this. I can't read that appropriately. I have no idea what they're trying to convey. Well, you know what I do? I can rank up if I win. That's what they're trying to say. That's exactly what they're trying to say. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see what we can do. All right. 1, 2, 3. We can ride our 7-drop again. We have a 2, we have a 3. We have pretty much perfect. The only thing I'm going to send back is this 1-drop. In hopes that we'll see an interceptor or wow, both of our Cocos. We have 3, I think. I wish I had more Silent Toms. I would definitely be running 4 Silent Toms, obviously, but I only have 2, and I'm not ready to whale out just yet. I'm not ready to whale out just yet. Not like hyper whale. I did whale a little bit, but I'm not. I'm like a guppy right now. You know, I'm not a tuna. I'm like a guppy. Rider. Let's see. So he's gonna put his Forerunner right behind as well, make a 12k column. I think that's fine. He's gonna rest that unit. Barkle has a cool ability. He rests it and he can go ahead and just play a grade 0 for basically free. Just for removing one of his triggers. Probably worth, definitely worth, because he can ride his grade 2 for free. Keep a card in hand. Okay, so we draw Silent Tom, which is great. I'm going to ride our 7-drop. And if we put you here, we make a 9k column, which is pretty much nothing. But if I hit a trigger, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth playing Coco up front. Not when we have 16k columns in hand. So you don't want to do that. So we're just going to ride behind. I don't know why I'm locked into my ride phase. There we go. My opponent has been disconnected. Sick, dude! I think that means we play against AI for the rest of the game. Proceed to the battle phase. Maybe he'll reconnect. He could totally reconnect, actually. It's still flashing that he's disconnected, but listen, I'm playing this game. I'm playing it. Because I'm pretty sure, ooh, nice, we drew a perfect card. I'm pretty sure when they disconnect, you still can get your rank up match. Because I shouldn't get punished for that. I shouldn't get punished. Maybe I will get punished. I don't know. Maybe this is punishing me. Could be punishing me. They reconnected. They reconnected. Sweet. Okay. So let's see what they got. They're going to skip their ride? Oh, they're not going to skip their ride. Interesting. After activating Barkle, I feel like you would skip ride. But what do I know? I'm just a noob at this game. Coulda. He's going to call a... See, this is an example. He's calling a grade 1 up front, which means his hand must just be really rough. He's disconnecting again. Oh, fun. Fun times. Fun times, potatoes. Love me some potatoes. I do. They're fantastic. They're great. Maybe it'll just give me the win then, and I can move on with my day. You know, that would be swell. I would love that. That would be fantastic. I want to just give me the win and let me move on with my day. Please? Please? I would really very much like not itchy eyebrows. Yeah, I think we're just going to take the win. Wait, I think he connected again. Did he reconnect? He reconnected. Battle phase. Dope. This is what I wanted for this video. I wanted stagnant beginner's guide featuring... Ooh, he crits me. Actually, it's pretty... All right, it's getting interesting now. Even with his potato, it's getting interesting. He crit me. And he attacked unboosted. He's ballsy, man. He really knew what he was doing there. We got crit. There goes our other Coco. And his turn is going to end. So, you may only have up to 9 cards in hand. In case you're wondering. I am going to use my grade 2. We're going to hold on to Silent Tom. Try to close the game out with him. So let's go ahead. Let's play another another 10 drop. We're going to give a nice column here with Coco. This is a draw trigger, so we'll keep it on top. All right, so we'll attack. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and attack with our Vanguard because he's only going to be, I mean, he can be 15K, right? But there's no reason. Let's just make him the 10K that he is, connect, and swing into the Vanguard. So in case he hits the trigger, we could go ahead and get through. But he doesn't hit a trigger, so we're fine. Wow, the connection between the two of us is tough right now, man. The last game was just super smooth. For some reason, this guy does not want to talk to my internet. They're just having issues back and forth. So we only have 1 perfect guard, 1 sentinel in hand. We have 1 interceptor on the board. But my opponent just has a 12K column, right? This is weak. This is nothing for me to be worried about, the 12K column. His main column is probably going to go to 15 here, I guess, if he has an 11K grade 3, which does Royal Paladin even have one? I think it's only Kagero and Nova Grapplers right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but this can go to 14 very easily, right? Yeah, but he can't be boosted, so he's at 16. Can't be boosted, but he gets buffed because of the number of rear guards. He's calling another grade 0 out by getting rid of another trigger using Barkle's effect. I don't really know if that's the play to make. Maybe it is, I don't know. It's gonna buff his Vanguard for sure. He must just have like all perfect guards in hand. He literally must be sitting on guards on deck. So another reason why I took the criticals out, because after thinking about it, I mean, I would definitely play 0 criticals. I think I would play 0 criticals in Oracle Think Tank in general, because they're really only good turn 1. We're gonna draw, nice, and gain 5K. Nice and defensive here. So now we're only gonna take 1 more damage. We drew into a heal trigger, which stinks. And we don't have a pollen in hand. Because I only have 2 of those as well. I'd probably run 4 if I had more. There's another perfect guard. That's great. So let's go ahead and ride our grade 3. We can cycle the use of Coco again. Drift 14. So we're going to boost you with a 7 for sure, even though reversing this. Okay, that's on top. Fun. I should have actually done the reverse. That's on fort. Fun fort. Okay. We'll drop this here. That's gonna go on the bottom. I made a couple of mistakes here, actually. This was not good. Okay. We are going to have to do this. We're gonna have to do this. This stinks. Okay. Let's hope we hit a stand trigger here. We're not gonna boost. I'm not going to invoke. Okay. So he's at 3. We can't crit him ever, so we can't kill him this turn. Well, I could if I hit a stand trigger. No, I still can't. Yeah, I still can't. Okay. So let's just, I shouldn't have given the 7k boost to my Vanguard. I should give my 7k boost to my Silent Tom for sure every time. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll see if we can hit a heal maybe. No heal, no stand. Oh my gosh, we lost to this guy. Oh my, okay, so he doesn't heal because he's at 3 damage and I'm at 5. The only way we can win here is if we we have 2 perfect guards in hand. We have 2 perfect guards in hand. He can't activate this yet. Oh, maybe he can. No, he can. He can call a grade 2 from, or less from his deck. But he won't be able to call Blaster Blade and get rid of my Interceptor. So we might be okay-ish because of our 2 perfect guards. Silent Tom is gone. Okay, he is going to use Alfred to call a grade 2. If we can hit a heal trigger, that would be swell. I should have just boosted. I shouldn't have relied on a stand trigger, and I should have gotten my other heal trigger back in the deck, for sure. Because now he's going to get an Interceptor out here, which makes my job infinitely harder next turn. Infinitely harder. Silent Tom's not going to be able to close at this game at all. Yeah, Silent Tom's not going to be the way. Okay, it looks like he doesn't have perfect guards. He was just doing what he wanted to do. There goes Silent Tom. And we have no chance of losing. We have no chance of losing this turn, which is great. But our chances of winning are very small. Very, very small. Okay, there's a crit, which is fine. He gives the 5k over here because that's what you do. Okay. Man, this game took so long because he was potatoing in the beginning. So here's our perfect guard. And now you attack again. Here's another perfect guard. Can't do nothing about that. And now we stand. So I think we can. Like, part of me wants to do this just to cycle our Cocos and make sure that we hit triggers. Then again, I could just use it to attack. No, let's try to use the strat. Unfortunately, we can't see Apollon. Can't see him. So 14k. I'm not boosting you right now. Okay, I'm not boosting you. We're gonna play our Coco here. And we see a heal trigger. We're gonna keep that on top. Okay, does that help us win the game? It might. If my brain works enough, it might. So let's go 10. Let's go 7. Yes, I know what that is already. You foolish fool of a took. I think we do this. Maybe 12, 17, 17. We can deal 2 damage. So we probably actually do this. Okay. Let's do this. If he has a perfect guard, he wins. But if not, we can finagle. So we'll take our terrible 12k column and get rid of this Interceptor. Right? We'll take our 10k and go right into his Vanguard because we know we can right now. We heal and we give the boost to our 17k column. No check. Okay. If his last card is not a perfect guard, we win. But there's a good chance that it is, right? Obviously. But we have to try. He's saying, wow, and our image is coming up. So there is no... Woo! No heal! Okay. Just barely Barely clutched that out. Barely clutched that out. That's gonna be it. Okay, that's it. That's it. We looked at the top of our deck. We cheated. We saw a heal. The important part, actually, I don't even think we needed that to win. Obviously, we didn't need the 5K boost, but you know what? We ranked up. Nice. And that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna show you guys again one more time. If you are trying to learn this game, it's so much fun. I literally have so much fun recording this. The triggers, so there's enough, in my opinion, there's enough variance in Vanguard where you don't have to play the most optimal deck to have fun because of the triggers. So I love that. Like there are gonna be better, especially people with better Oracle Think Tank decks, both in concept and because they have the cards. But if I wanna play CEO, even though she's not the best Vanguard, I can do it because there's enough variance in this game where it doesn't matter, in my opinion. So if you want to learn more about the game and you are struggling and you're not sure on the rules and how the game plays, go to the menu, go to Training Fight, complete all of these, which this should be way more like, and you get gems, so you get packs for it. You wanna do that, I need to do that. And then you can go to Challenge Fight and you can try out different decks. Right now there's 5 decks you can do, or 1, 2, I have 5. There's 6 different types of decks that you can do. So try it out. That's the best way to learn the game. Hopefully my explanation on how the turns go in a clearer manner and how the interceptors work and all that fun stuff helped you out. If it did, show some shady love to that thumbs up down below. Join me on this adventure. Have yourselves a fantastic day. But above all else, keep it shady.